Juggernaut.
Just because, or you love playing it?
It's something new. I'm usually an off tank, so every game's got that off tank class. So he's
So
like,
you're just going straight for it this time.
yeah, gonna just
want to dominate the thing.
How many Whataburgers do you think it takes to fill a
Juggernaut? I don't know.
We're gonna find out tonight.
We are gonna go to Whataburger right after this podcast.
Get some fries, some burgers.
Heck yeah. Okay, let's see some of the other questions. What are some of the things that you guys are looking forward to in terms of in-game content that we might not have seen yet, or we might have seen?
I saw something today.
We saw a lot today that we can actually talk about.
Yeah. Marty excited.
And we've actually specifically seen, I think today, I think we can talk about. Hopefully, I'm not screwing stuff up, but I think we could talk about Ilum. We saw Ilum today.
How much in detail in Ilum?
Not.
You know what, guys?
No, that was the other thing that we can't talk about.
No, that's all.
I'm not going to talk
That's
about
all you can say.
it.
You saw Ilum. That's all you can say.
And we said that.
And it was pretty sweet.
The embargo rolled out for the 18th.
I thought that was for the other thing.
No.
I'm pretty sure they
I
said you
also
cannot
thought
do
that's what I thought we did.
No, because I think I
I agree with you.
David that we can talk
But
immediately about.
it's probably safer.
I mean, there is some arguments. You know, there was one other thing we can't mention until we're allowed to talk
Take him
about
down.
it.
He's going to reveal
I'm not gonna reveal anything. We can talk
Like BioWare employees are going to come in here and just gag him.
we can talk about who we spoke with. We spoke with today in the Q&A session in the afternoon with Gabe, who's the PvP Elder Game Operative Flashpoint Dev.
Yeah.
And he brought up 3 major points today. He talked about Ilum, which we can talk about.
I'm really nervous.
I know. I'm pretty nervous. He talked about Void Star, which we can talk about.
And the other one.
And the other one that we cannot talk about until the embargo is lifted. I'm not even saying that.
I don't even know if that was embargo, but
That was embargo.
I'm pretty sure Stephen Reed jumped Trump somehow.
Okay, then I won't talk about it. But we then
There is an Ilum.
there is an Ilum,
And we
saw it.
there is a game and we saw it.
And
BioWare's
it
office
is
is
pretty amazing. We saw Void Star, and I think we saw a video and some details about that at
BioWare's
Store.
office.
What's that?
We saw the office.
We did see
we
BioWare's
get to
office.
take a tour of the office.
That was
We
good.
saw each other.
Yeah, I
But-
was telling Stephen at the office, they need to sell those paintings because I would buy at least 1 or 2 of
I
those
was thinking of
Yeah.
stealing it.
There is a picture that I got.
Other fans.
It was verified by David Bass that I can share it. There's a picture of a Jawa. It's a picture of a Jawa in his normal clothes. Then there's a picture of a Jawa with a utility belt. And then the third stage Jawa is utility belt, helmet, gun, and he's all decked out in armor.
Right.
We can share this picture because I got that verified just about
Yeah.
60 minutes ago by David Bass. And it's, you know, I don't know about you, but Jawas are awesome.
Jawas
are awesome.
And Jawa with armor and a gun is something you've never seen before, and it's
super awesome.
triple awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna see
Well,
some of
and
that in
that
gallery.
was, you know, progression. It was Blizz, and they've already
Yeah.
released Blizz.
Talked about that.
And
But
there's-
you got to see some,
Yeah.
even 3
some
progressions.
character progressions.
And
armor.
I don't think we're allowed to say anything else, but I think that's enough about hints
Well,
of
and they
what
had-
you're going to see out of that
As far
Jawa.
as the
again.
paintings they were talking about, it's a lot of stuff that was used in the timeline videos that they haven't had in forever and won't have more until after launch, they said. But they were, you know, the kind of hand-drawn look elements that they put slight animation to in the timeline videos. But they took those up and they were blowing up, what?
Huge.
8 by...
Yeah.
you
And
know, six
some
or
others
something.
were like just concept art as well. But yeah.
Concept art.
It was really
They're
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's a picture that's got a couple of like transport ships that's landing on.
Oh yeah, that one.
And it's got like these
really
little
bad.
guys that are standing next to these ships, tiny little guys, and it's just
Right, to give you a
crazy
feeling for the-
how.
I'm sure that was
The
in
scope
Ilum
of this
because it was all snow.
universe.
It could have been. I just say Hawk because it looked like the transport
It is
ship
Hawk.
from
It was
Hawk
Hawk.
and Empire Strikes
You
Back.
sure that we're not allowed to talk about those things? I'm pretty sure
I'm
that
not
we're
gonna-
allowed.
All right. Well,
let's
if there is anything.
Let's go to questions that we actually
gonna,
had
like-
from... Let's go to questions we actually
Yeah.
had.
All right,
from the chat room.
I don't want to look at
One
One
of the questions that we had a while back on the chat room was They asked about the collector's editions. We mentioned we got to see
Yes, we saw the physical unpacking of it.
Right. And one of the things they asked me, did they say anything about the collector's edition store? And all I can say, as far as they didn't go into details about what the collector's edition store would sell, but they did say that the elements you got as a collector's edition, or even as what's the next package down?
They're exclusive to
They're going to be exclusive to your edition. So it's not like they're going to make clones of it or a dumbed down version of it that everybody can have. That cool thing or whatever it is that you got as your extra stuff will only ever be available because you bought that package.
Which is a great thing because you buy the collector's edition, you get some awesome stuff. No one else can get it unless you have the collector's edition.
That's right. And I was really glad to hear it because that actually puts the value back in it.
Instead of spending $100,000.
I don't want somebody to be able to like do a microtransaction later on and just grab the stuff that I spent $150 on a freaking collector's edition. Because really, the Malga statue was really impressive myself, but that wasn't the main.
We saw that in Leo's office today.
Yeah, Leo, the director.
And I have a photo of everybody looking at it, and I can show it. I got approval. It'll be on the website at some point. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really good. It looked like Toys R Us in there.
All right, Hammer's back.
Hammer is back. Let's get some questions.
All right.
Scroll.
Let's see. Okay, so a lot of you guys here are members of the Tour Syndicate, but not all of you are. But y'all, unless we have some asses out here that we're not knowing about. How do you guys plan on interacting with each other in a post-launch world?
I think it's already been clear that we all hate each other.
I know.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to any of these people.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Were you?
each other and all these people.
Were you jackasses?
The only time we talk to each other was when there's an open bar involved.
It's an open tab.
Yeah, so yeah.
No, I
Who
mean,
said they could sit there with a rank that?
I mean,
Done.
honestly, like,
Yeah, we got a tab. It's running.
honestly, I really like
Taking the community.
all of you guys here. I mean, at the fan site summit, and even others out there. I mean, there's so many awesome sites out there that I love promoting other sites. I love retweeting other sites, especially through and even retweeting other guilds from my guild Twitter account. And just promoting. I think these sites are really good for all the community. I think we all pump out really awesome stuff, and we all have unique qualities. And I mean, we love working with you guys, and I wouldn't want to end a working relationship like that over something that we really love and are really passionate about, and have invested so much time in and building connections with everyone. So I wouldn't want to see that die down. So yeah,
Being part of the fan site, I guess, industry for the last 5 years, this is the first non-cutthroat fan site group that I've ever been a part of. It's quite amazing because every single fan site community that I've been part of, and this is going all the way back to like Aeon, Warhammer, and anything. Age of Conan, I think, was the first one. Everybody's like, we're better than you. We don't want anything to do with you. We're not even going to mention you. And now we're here today, what is it, 45 days before launch.
Tax Prime.
And
you guys just come up to us, introduce yourselves.
Force Junkies is the newest site, I think, to the family of fan sites that is Tor. And everybody's like, let's just hang out and, talk video games and, whatever.
I think for
It's like
myself.
the old man, since I'm the oldest.
I mean, I think for myself though, I mean, I was a fan of fan sites for quite some time before I joined up with a fan site.
Yeah,
And
I've seen you.
yeah, I mean, at PAX East, I was just a fan representing Gen Jedi, like representing my guild and being out there and just enjoying the game, getting my hands on the game. And but I've met you guys and it was so awesome meeting all of you. And so building up this fan site, it was very easy for me to really jump into it and dive head first because I knew that the community, the developers are awesome, the community is awesome, and I mean, so much
Which
creativity.
fan site was it most awesome to meet? Because we all hate each other.
It was probably it was Force Syndicate, obviously. I mean,
Obvious.
all bow down to Lord Hammer.
But you know what? It was probably I think we all we were on civil, polite, friendly-ish terms earlier, but it was PAX East when they had the first
Which
official
one was that?
biometric.
Was that
PAX East in
Yeah.
in March?
March
this year.
in Boston, and then like the first community cantina where Joe Hader and Torocast and Mas Azevedo and Curly.
Yeah, I think
That was like the
really
first
good,
time
yeah.
when we just like hung out and really just had a blast together.
Zach, what's your perspective on this?
As a matter of what do I see like our site doing with other fan sites?
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing we've done, I feel like consistently the last 6 months is try to have as many people on our podcast as we can. And in fact, we've had some people complain that we have too many people because there's so much variation. It's hard to keep track of who's
That's
the real
tough to do on
host
a podcast.
and who isn't. But for the content that we produce, I like to get as many opinions other than my own because like my brain is not that big and
No one
therefore,
wants to listen to us speak for that many hours.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I like to incorporate other fan sites in as much as possible. Whatever I do, whether that be the podcast or Open Bounty or anything along the lines. And like even you're a part of our guild, Merc, but you're in your own fan site, and that's just because we've developed this relationship.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is we see a lot of crosses between the guilds and the fan sites because I mean a lot of the fan site operators and runners and podcast hosts are part of guilds, and I mean like in the guild council for Frag World, I mean Carla shows up, Alan from Moss Isaac Radio shows up, and Kristen Archer from Tor Wars shows up, and
I can say that everyone here at some point has been at least at one guild council, and I think. Of course, it doesn't have free drinks. When you're friends with each other with taxis and stuff, being on each other's podcasts, and I think we just all compliment each other. Well,
yeah.
I mean, we have some overlap, but a lot of times we compliment each other. And when you're doing the same Friday updates and stuff, when you bring somebody as a guest on, it complements your own site, and it's just a lot more community oriented. So I think because everyone kind of interacted without having the face behind the name before, like it's like I recognize your voice. We could be in a dark room and we'd know who's who. But now that we get to interact and see each other, it's even better. So there's already like a positive vibe. Like I heard the first fan site didn't have such a positive vibe, but I think with this one. Just because we all kind of interact.
Well, I thought we had a good vibe.
False. It was fantastic.
But
It was
I think the
fantastic.
difference, you were pointing out about the community, this being a different community. I have to say, and I want to give kudos where kudos belong, I think that the difference in this community is we have different organizations bringing the community tighter together. I know Mark Lord Hammer was very instrumental in getting a lot of us to even talking to each other and working together. Then we've got Frag World that they hold monthly meetings and they're trying to bring the community tighter. And I think that's where the difference is a lot of other gaming communities don't have that unity.
Well, from my point of view, the one thing that's unifying everything that I've noticed, I mean, I have been around many different type of gamers. The one unifying thing is the IP of Star Wars. Because Star Wars has such a rich fan background, whether it's novels, comics, the movies, going back 34 years, 35 years now, whatever it is, that you have people that are so passionate about the story, the IP, the characters, whatever, that the fan site, the video game is just another layer upon their fandom. Whereas maybe you have some other MMOs and some other games where the first layer of fandom is just that game. So you got involved with the game, that's all they're about, and so therefore they might be more protective of their creative content for that they produce. But you get a general sense. Star Wars, we can't own Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is a cultural, phenomenon.
It permeates everything.
We can't grab it and, this is ours. I mean, we're just... there you go. I mean, we're just scratching the surface with, we're just taking our little piece, but we all share on that. We grew up with, as kids, playing a Stormtrooper or playing with little toys or Legos or whatever of just Star Wars that we all a part of that, so therefore we harken back to the days of yore where, we're little kids and loving Star Wars, and now we're making fan sites about it. Not anybody can own it, and everybody's just kind of part of that kind of communal experience.
But if we didn't have somebody putting the glue together with
Well, I mean,
everybody